Hi guys, my name is Colin and I live in Chester. This video is for Chris Matheson, an anonymous member of Festival Church, which is my local church, and Matt, who's leader of Sun's Myung Moon's Legacy Church, which is called the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, and also my friend Pavel of Bangladesh. I can't talk to camera, so I've got notes down here. I haven't got that skill yet, so I'm going to be reading through the notes and taking a page off one at a time. When I was 16, I decided I would dedicate my life to building a perfect world. At that time, I had no Christian fellowship or teaching. I was a very lustful young man with no faith of my own. 3 years later, I met a beautiful Japanese girl who was witnessing on behalf of Sun. She took me back to an office where there were lots of Japanese girls with guests, and she gave me a book to look at. It is called The Divine Principle. Sorry about this. I opened it and I read the first sentence. It said, "Everyone without exception is struggling to achieve happiness." I stopped and thought, because I'd never thought of this before. Because if it's true, why isn't the world happy? If everyone is trying to be happy, then the world should be happy, okay? But I thought then, is that statement true? I thought, I'm trying to be happy, but is a criminal, is a teacher, is an alcoholic, are they trying to be happy? And I went quiet for several minutes while I thought about it, until I concluded that it was correct. Everyone without exception is trying to be happy. So then I thought, I really need to read this book very, very carefully. So then began my life of faith, and also a life of persecution. My parents were very, very angry with me and kicked me out the house. The church, the FFWPU, was not of a standard good enough for me to follow, and they persecuted me. I was directly persecuted by a hateful spirit world, and I was attacked with an overwhelming sexual desire. And then I became spiritual, and I was taken into a mental hospital and put on incredibly horrible, powerful injections. Now I am sane, and I have a new, sophisticated and powerful understanding of God, because I've taken Sun's principle and developed it further to explain my situation. But not only this, but coincidentally it can explain all faiths in the world, and even the lives of positive thinking atheists. So I thought, I'll find the best church in Chester and witness to them. Surely they'll welcome me and be delighted. So I found Festival Church, and I found a very deep and strong senior member, anonymous. He's clever, he's no fool. So I told him the first sentence in the principle, everyone without exception is seeking to find happiness. So what was his response? He was pretty aggressive, and he said, in no way am I seeking to find happiness. I didn't understand his logic. Even a man of great faith is fighting every day. You see, I have discovered that my spiritual reality is protected and different from those who do not have my belief, and their spiritual reality is persecuted and paranoid. On a later occasion, I thought I would really nail down my ideas and present them thoroughly and irrefutably to Anonymous. So I wrote to him and I emailed him the letter. I look forward to hearing from him. When I spoke to him, he was furious and accused me of trying to brainwash him. I know nothing about brainwashing. I'm not a liar. All I want to do is build a better world. You see, his spirit world is independent of mine, different. Let me take this theme and develop it a little. On Facebook, I saw a very strong and youthful man who is Jewish and who has been converted to Christianity. He said that when he was growing up in Israel, he never read the New Testament, and he really emphasized this point. and now his organisation is very active in Israel, just explaining and teaching the New Testament, because the youth were never taught this book. So I bet you can hear Anonymous shouting, "For God's sake, all you have to do is read the book. You're a Jew, read the New Testament. It's important." Anonymous's pastor is a youthful, positive, open-minded and logical guy called Tim, and he's married to an equally capable girl called Emily. Some time ago, I gave Emily my last precious copy of the original Principle, wrapped in brown paper at church. I'd heard nothing back for many, many weeks, so I asked her about it. She said that she didn't even remember receiving it, and she didn't even know where it was. She'd lost it. So I thought, I'll ask Tim to read the Principle. I told him it contains ideas new to planet Earth, and it is entirely logical. It does not make assumptions. All I was asking him to do was to find the time to read the book, then make up his own mind. Tim is a voracious reader. At about the same time, I also told Tim that I'm a follower of Son, and I see myself as having a mission to witness to him. You see, I have come to the conclusion that it's best to be as direct as possible. Since then, Tim has not replied to my emails, and I'm of the impression that I'm not welcome in his church anymore, and so I don't go. So I can imagine Anonymous and Tim telling the youth of Israel, all you have to do is read the book, the New Testament. But they themselves would not even make the time and effort to read the Principle, so they're not being fair. I've always prided myself on being fair, and as a youth, I was proud of my country, Britain, because I felt it was fair. Actually, I felt it was the fairest country in the world. And that's where we stand today. My mission in life is to build a better world, and I believe I have the truth to achieve this. My truth is presented on my website, and there is also the amazing book, The Principle. I firmly believe that these ideas are so powerful that they can change the world. These ideas do not make assumptions, and they develop their themes entirely logically. I'm convinced that if a free-thinking, logical man reads them, that they will stand on their own merit. It just requires time and effort to read the book. I am always your servant. If there's any way I can help you, please ask. Have a happy new year. Thank you for watching this video, and let's build an ideal world. Bye bye.